Hey, leadership team, good morning. It's Andy, and I just wanted to send a quick note to say hello to kick off the week and also to give you a quick preview of our game plan for our upcoming sessions so you'll have a better idea of what to expect when we get together this Friday and also on the 27th. I was originally going to send this to you via email, but I just learned about this cool free application called Screencast-O-Matic, and I thought I'd give it a try with this brief video. So first off, I am fired up to join the team to talk about leadership on Friday. This is a great program with a diverse group of folks from across licensure. And the one thing that brings us all together, where we all share a common bond, is that we all have the ability to become better leaders. Now, keep in mind that leadership development and the training industry is a growing multi-billion-dollar industry, and there are thousands of leadership books offered on Amazon. So what does that tell us? That there's really no single formula, there's no single leadership theory or any one single leadership style that works for everyone in every situation. As you've experienced in previous sessions during this leadership program, and possibly through other leadership development programs or through readings and observing other leaders, is that there is always something new to learn. There's really no finish line when it comes to leadership development. Now, the bottom line is that it is our responsibility as leaders to deliver results. Financial results, academic outcomes, exceptional service, high NPS numbers, whatever quantifiable metric we may be using, these are all results. But it is the process of how we drive ourselves and others to achieve these results is what we're going to be talking about. And to me, it's this process that is the essence of studying leadership. Now we know from our friend Chris Murner on our instructional design team and our research in learning science that we always need to start with learning objectives. And I'm just going to take a little poetic license here and call these objectives our game plan to kick off our sessions. So for week one, we're going to do a little self-reflection. You're going to see a link to a very short FormStack survey. This is going to help us start thinking about leadership from 30,000 feet. It should only take about 10 minutes to complete, and there are no wrong answers here. This is just to find out what we believe as a group. The questions are going to include what does leadership mean to you? What are the top 5 characteristics or traits that you feel an effective leader must have? And then also to prepare for our discussion, one of the questions on the survey will ask you to identify a leader who you admire and to think about why this person is a great leader. And it can be anyone, someone from your professional life with Kaplan, a role with a previous organization, an educator, a business leader, a coach, anyone. During the session, we'll also take a top-line view of some research on the interesting relationship between neuroscience and leadership. Now, based on my experiences, in addition to valuing results, one of these must-have qualities for effective leaders is optimism. We'll take a look at optimism and positivity by discussing some of the key points from the Power of Positive Leadership book, and we'll also introduce a couple of key tenets of the servant leadership philosophy. And then we'll wrap our discussion with a couple of meaningful nuggets that you can actually put to work on Monday. Now, while the first session is going to be mostly what I'll call assessment and observation, the second session will be more implementation. One thing that we all face in every part of our lives, both professionally and personally, is change. Change is constant. While we don't have control of all the change, there are instances where we have the opportunity to lead change. And to help us talk about leading change, we're going to read a very short, easy to read, thought-provoking story from one of the thought leaders in leadership and leading change, who is Dr. John Kotter from Harvard University. I first discovered Kotter's work when I was taking an educational leadership course at Drexel University back in 2010. And now for folks that have been around for a while, this is also the same time that we were going through KTP's big transformation, where we became more specialized and moved away from our center-based model. I found that many of the Kotter's 8 steps for leading change, this framework, could be directly applied to what we were experiencing at Kaplan during transformation. The name of this classic business fable is Our Iceberg is Melting, Changing and Succeeding Under Any Conditions. And as you may have seen with other books, business fables can be extremely effective to help us remember key concepts many years later, as we still remember the story. It's a very cool short story about a team of penguins that are dealing with a big change and the dynamics of the group as they experience this change. And through reading this business fable, I think I'll be able to relate their venture to changes that we may be trying to implement in our own specific areas. Now, I'm extremely sensitive to everybody's time, especially as we are in back to school and it's a med promo month. But this is a very quick read. It should only take you about 30 minutes to read the entire book. I wouldn't even look at it until we get through this week. So after we meet on the 20th, download it as an ebook or as an audiobook on Amazon or Audible. We're also going to share a couple of cool video links and other optional resources on leadership on the Google Plus community page that you can check out after the session as you continue your personal journey in leadership development. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes to watch us. Please give me a shout at any time if there's anything you need, or if you just want to chat about anything before our session on Friday. Look forward to catching up on Friday, and have an awesome week.